Hello everybody and welcome to Little Squid League number 32. My name is Matthew Mega and I'm here with NATO, and we're going to be commentating the group set of this LSL. And to start off, we're jumping right into the next match. We have Splatsville Idol Group and Dark Matter.
Yeah, we do. And for those of you who might not be as familiar with this group setting, that's actually a play all 3-4 rounds. Teams are divided into a series of different groups, and then depending on your performance in groups, that will determine where you go in Top Cut. And as we roll into our first match, Tower Control and Inkblot Art Academy, look at these comps that we have coming out from both sides. I love the Bloblobber coming out from this side over here. Bloblobber plus Blaster combo is not something we see that frequently.
And going right into this match, I think the blob might be pretty useful on here. We do have the splash, got the wiper out there, and on the blaster for Dark Matter. But right away, we do see that splash going down here, and we do see that charge slasher also trading in there. 2 down on the side of Dark Matter. Splatsville Auto Group picking up that tower immediately, dropping that top cooler down, trying to get the pick off the wiper, but they do get that clap back there, and they get another pick onto, and now onto the other wiper. The other wiper is going to be taking him out there. The blaster getting rid of that wiper deco, and 2 down on both sides now, and now Dark Matter is trying to pick that tower back up.
You know, total bloodbath right at the beginning of the map. We saw Splatsville Idol Group have a small advantage there, but it was instantly turned around, and it looks like now we're going back to 2 down for Dark Matter. The splash falls a second time. Splatsville Idol Group has retaken this tower. They're moving toward the first checkpoint, but the issue has been these rats in the back. Always the wiper has been getting behind them on both teams, because we actually have that wiper deco that does have the missile sub-special with a really nice pick coming out from the Tri-Slosher. We've gone back to 2 down. It's already over a minute into this match, and they're within 1 point of each other here, Matt.
And now going in, we do see a couple specials right on the side of Dark Matter. There goes that bubbler. The blaster trying to go into that pledge, try to get whatever picks that they can here. And going in here, they're trying to now take out that wiper, but the wiper is going to get the pick off of them. Dark Matter is trying to pick up that tower again, but Splatsville Idol Group's actually been doing a pretty good job of defending this tower.
You know, every time I see Splatsville Idol Group go, 1 or 2 down, I keep on thinking Dark Matter is going to make a massive push off of it, and really nothing has happened. We're already almost 2 minutes into the match. The furthest point is 15 at the time. I think the combined damage of that Bloblobber, like you were saying earlier, plus the blaster has been keeping Splatsville Idol Group back, but really the only frontline aggression they have here is that wiper and maybe the splash. Now as they're moving to the left-hand side, trying to get a couple of picks here. Blaster is back in a good position. They're close to the bubble. This might be Dark Matter's chance to make a push here.
Now going in 2 down on the side of the Idol Group, and we do see that blaster jump on the tower, fighting off the wiper there with that bubbler. The wiper's gonna have to back up a little bit while the blaster comes in, finishes off the kill, and we do see the wiper coming in, getting more picks, and now they're in the enemy's bats, popping those missiles, and Dark Matter pushing up right away with that rain, and now they do have a really good control of their plus, so Idol Group has to do something here if they want to get back in here, but they're already 3 down.
Oh, that Comet and Oko, I believe it is, on side of the Dark Matter, pairing up extremely well up on the bats. Look how far Comet is pushed up here. They have their bubble up on the slick already. Checkpoint 3 falls for Dark Matter. Splatsville Idol Group has to collapse on the tower, and they do, pushing it to the 1 point mean. They now just need to clear out Dark Matter from their bats, but you know, Matt, this is looking like a very hard road to overcome on the side of Splatsville Idol Group.
And now coming in here, it looks like they're trying to take over mid. I see that Zap just trying to paint up there. There comes another missiles coming out there. Dark Matter doing a really good job, though, of trying to get them back here. The splash, trying their most. They get that trade in there with the Zap coming in there to finish off the pick. We do see that Jet coming out there from the Idol Group, trying to get whatever picks that they can. There goes that Tacticaler. They're going to be really wanting to push up with that, but the wiper coming in there, getting the pick off of the Zap, and pushing back the Idol Group is going to be really what Dark Matter needs if they want to keep control and keep their time going.
Fantastic series of splats coming from the wiper on the side of Dark Matter. They do go down, but they actually don't really mind that in this situation, as 3 again go down on the side of Splatsville Idol Group. It looks like Dark Matter really has most of mid control. I think if they want to pull this back here in the last minute, Splatsville Idol Group has to get back into mid, and if the bucket gets a couple of picks here, that might be exactly what they need. They're looking for the blaster.
Now coming in here, 3 down on the side of Dark Matter, and this is the auto group's chance, and they're going to be going in for that checkpoint. The blob trying to throw them off tower. Chase is going to be a really good asset to try to get them off of the tower, but they need to get past this checkpoint if they want to make it into that overtime period. The missiles coming out there, and we do see the splash getting taken out by the Inkjet, but the Wiper coming in getting the pick, and the blob, they need to get rid of this blob.
You know, it's funny you mentioned right at the beginning of the game, the blob could be a massive asset for them here, and all I see is blobs running across the field, causing havoc for Dark Matter, maybe not getting explicit picks, but definitely putting enough pressure, and it is paying off big time for Dark Matter as we see another pick coming down. It's 4 versus 2 on the field. It looks like Splatsville Outer Group has to rush the tower, and honestly, they are not going to have time. It looks like this first game is going to go to Dark Matter.
Dark Matter's blob. I just want to, again, I pointed out at the start of the match, but their blob really kept the idol group off of the tower in that last minute. That was a really crucial moment where the blob was just able to let them have it, and they just couldn't get past that checkpoint, which really helped them out in the end. And which is Dark Matters, you know, at the beginning of the match, you know, they were kind of going back and forth, and they didn't get much points on the board, but the second Dark Matter got that wipe, they just kept pushing. Not exactly a KO, but it was enough to win that game.
It absolutely was, and I just love the synergy we saw coming out from Dark Matter. We saw 2 members going up to the bats, as there was one on tower, one pushing against the plat, and the combination of team members working together was able to get the picks they needed to push to 1. But as we move on to match number 2 here in this 3-match group, we'll have Rainmaker on Museum D'Alfonso, and don't forget that in tower control, the tower will only move so fast. In Rainmaker, the speed is constrained by how fast you push it. How do you think this perhaps slightly faster, if they want it to be, paced game style is going to play for Dark Matter or Splatsville Idol Group?
Yeah, I mean, now that it's Rainmaker, the points, it depends on how well these players push in here, how aggressive they are, how defensive they are, and especially because on this map, you can rush in for that first checkpoint really easy, and then try to get as many points as you can. But the risk of taking that shortcut to the checkpoint is that the enemy team will definitely be guarding you there. So, but even though if you do get that checkpoint and you do get wiped out, that's going to be good. But at the same time, that gives the other team a chance to clear that checkpoint as well. So we might see a couple of checkpoints being broken here, but let's see how this really goes, because I feel like Dark Matter might keep up the same aggression that they did last match and try to push back that checkpoint really fast.
Oh, you know, the blob comes out a second time, and typically we hear about Object Shredder Blob just being able to destroy that Rainmaker. It looks like a similar comp coming out on the side of Dark Matter, and I really love to see the Tetras coming out from the side of Splatsville Idol Group, I believe that is. It looks like an early combat here. No one's going to go down immediately. Missiles instantly come out. Just a general scrap in mid as we're waiting for someone to go down.
Now coming in here, they do have that tactical ready. The auto group picks up that Rainmaker, and they want to be as aggressive as possible, and I think those Tetras are really going to help them out here. The missile and the rain out from the side of Dark Matter. The Tetras go down there, but the Rainmaker is trying to get that checkpoint, but the rain coming in, they're finishing it off, and now it's just a Wiper fight. And the Wiper on the side of auto group choosing the backup, taking a safer approach here, but their teammates are in there, so they want to pop this Rainmaker as fast as possible. The Tetras go down again. They have the missiles, but they grab the Rainmaker, and they do clear that checkpoint in time. But we do see the splash going behind them, but they do get taken out there. 2 down on the side of idol group, and no, now 3 down, and it looks like that's going to be the end of their push for a little bit. The try goes down there in Dark Matter. They want to reset. They want to get as much turf as possible, and they are going to be pushing in really fast, so the idol group has to be ready for this.
You know, they might have gone down early, but I really like the ability of Dark Matter to push back forward. Unfortunate, the last Rainmaker carrier there did get picked off as 2 immediate great splats come out from the side of the splash here. It looks like that the checkpoint is going to fall, and the checkpoint is actually broken by both teams now. It's a 3v4 on the field. Dark Matter might take this opportunity to try to push it. There's a blob versus Tetris fight, and it goes to the side of the Tetris as they pull out that Reef Slider. It's just the Tetris left as they get an incredible fall-off pick just to fall to Comet with that Trizuka. Lead has swapped in terms of Dark Matter, but there's only an 8-point differential here.
Yeah, not too far, especially with that checkpoint. So the Splash trying to keep up this aggression, poking with those bombs is going to be really what they need here. They do get the pick off the Tri-Slasher, which is going to be what they need to get the double there. And they're picking up that Rainmaker, and they are going right in for that podium. And the members of the Idol Group rush them down right before that checkpoint is reached. And the Idol Group stays in this game.
I want to commentate real fast on that play made by Comet, who is the vanilla Splattershot player on the side of Dark Matter. Not only were they able to get one with the main weapon, they were able to get a second one, I think with a bomb there, and being able to take two down really allowed their teammate to immediately grab the Rainmaker and push it forward. They might not have gotten the knockout there, but remember, the further they push it, the easier that lead is to defend in the future. And now at a 58 to 5 point discrepancy, I'd much rather be at a 5 point differential here than anything else.
You're now going in here, the Idol Group, they do have that Rainmaker, they have that Tacticaler, but they really needed their teammates with them. The Swiper coming in there trying to get the pick, but the Tetris coming in there finishing them off. And the Tetris doing really good at poking at them. There goes that blob there, which is going to be huge on them. Another one, the Splash goes down there trading with the Tetris, but the Rainmaker tries to run it in, but the Wiper notices in time. The shot goes down there, and now we do see that Zap trying to push up there, but they do get picked off there. And Idol Group is really trying to push in here.
Oh, if it was not for the missiles plus Toxic Mist combo, we could have seen a lead shift there. Tetras on the side of Splatsville Auto Group definitely putting in the work, and it looks like that Rainmaker, they dropped it intelligently, but it's only the Bloblobber left. I think if they can push the Bloblobber sufficiently back here, we might get another really good chance to push on the side of Splatsville Idol Group. They just have to get the picks earlier this time.
And what you see, the Tetris getting a double, and that's going to be huge. The Wiper coming in there trying to take him off. But they go down there, down on the side of the Idol Group, and that's a wipe. And Dark Matter stays in the game, but an incredibly close push by the Idol Group.
Idol Group absolutely had the chance there. They got the picks they needed. They just needed one more to get the lead. A 15-4 game. There might only be 48 seconds left, but what this has shown me so far is that both of these teams are absolutely capable of taking this game. That's two down again on the side of Dark Matter. I think we're going to continue to see the aggression coming out of Splatsville Idol Group, and if they can just translate this into a slightly further push, we might see the win and the lead shift in the favor of Splatsville.
And now coming in here, it looks like the Idol Group, they're trying to push him with this Rainmaker. The Splash coming in, trying to get that flank there. The Wiper coming in, they're trying to pick him up. The Splash gets that pick from behind, but the Rainmaker's rushing them. 15 seconds remaining. The Splash comes up there to try to take off that Rainmaker. They trade, but the Rainmaker goes down, two down on the side of Dark Matter. And this is still a chance for the Idol Group to push up there, but the Zuka doing really good work there and going into overtime. This is going to be kind of risky here, but the Rainmaker going in there and the shot finishing off the Rainmaker. That's going to be a 2-0 for Dark Matter.
That is such a incredible series of events, especially on the side of Splatsville Idol Group. It was really early on we saw Dark Matter take their 5 point, I think 95 point push, 5 points to victory, and I think they did an excellent job taking as big of a lead as they could at the time, because as we saw, Splatsville Idol Group was able to push down to 14. If just a couple of picks had gone in the opposite direction, we could have seen an easy lead shift in favor of Splatsville Idol Group, but as it stands, that's going to be 2 games in favor of Dark Matter. However, this is not a best of 3, it is a play all 3. Rankings and tiebreakers can be partially decided by the individual performance in each Swiss matchup, and as a result, we will be seeing Clan Blitz between these two teams on Manta Maria.
And I really think this is going to be another close game, because we saw how on the last 2 games how incredibly close those ending pushes were, especially on Rainmaker. We saw them get down to the 14 point mark, and they were really close to taking that lead there and sending them into a real game 3. But Dark Matter has been doing a really good job of this defense, so if they can just pull that off on Clan Blitz, they do have that chance to 3-0. But Splatsville Auto Group, as I'm seeing throughout this set, they are getting a little bit more aggressive every time they push, which is really good for them.
Yeah, to the point of the aggression, I think that they are slowly trying to figure out, and doing so successfully, what works against Dark Matter and what doesn't. We saw the shift to the Tetras on Rainmaker, and I think that was the right pick there. Now, Clam Blitz on Manta, that is a little bit different. You can't necessarily just hold forward as soon as you get a wipe. There has to be quite a bit of coordination into putting those power clamps together and throwing them into the basket. But I think now that Splatsville Idol Group has the chance to figure out Dark Matter a little bit more, I think we'll see a really close game 3 between these two teams.
So going in, these teams are picking their weapons, and if Idol Group can take this point off of Dark Matter, I think that's going to be really good for them, especially going on into the group to see what kind of bracket they get placed into. So going in for this, they want to be aggressive, and they want to make sure they can team up and even use that blob to their advantage, because I think was Dark Matter the one with the blob?
Dark Matter was playing blob both games.
Okay.
An incredible thing for me to see, and I personally really hope we see it come out on this game 3 here as we're moving into our third and final game of this set. Let's see what we have coming out. The Tetras come back out from Pine here. Really glad to see that. And we actually see a switch away from the blob on terms of Dark Matter. It looks like they're going to be going for the vanilla Jet Squelcher instead. You know, we haven't seen a whole lot of that since the custom variant came out, but with the rise of VAC in the meta, I think we might be seeing a lot more of it.
Yeah, I mean, going into this, we do see Auto Group, they have those Tetras for the aggression. We saw how well they worked last game, so let's see how well they do now. And as I say that, they get a pick on the splash in that bunker. They're trying to go in for another pick on that Gal, but the Gal cancels that slider. And Auto Group, they have those missiles out. They take out that zap here, but the splash stays alive there. They trying to get whatever pick that they can here, going in, trying to take out that jet, and they do get the pick off of the jet. And now 2 down on the side of Dark Matter, and Splatsville Auto Group really picking it up, taking that pick off of the splash, and now they have completely covered mid in their favor.
I love the definitive control we see coming out early from Splatsville Idol Group. They might not have player advantage, but they did just a moment ago, and we saw them pair up really well to take on the members of Dark Matter. They're being pushed back a little bit here. We saw 1 or 2 get picked off in the street. The Tetras is up, playing really aggressive again, gets another pick. There's 3 versus 4 on the field, and the cooler is out. I think they might just push right here as we see a really nice Reef Slider pick coming out from the side. If that's their Pine, unfortunately, that is Comet there coming out with the Kraken kill. They're able to get the power clamp in, but honestly not much more. I think this push is dead.
And the Reslider did a really good job, even avoiding that Kraken for a little bit. Able to get that first point of the match there. Going to be really good for them. But going in, we do see that check going down there, and here comes that Tetris on the flank, but unfortunately the Gal takes them out just in time there. They do have a power climb in mid from that zap here, and Idol Group keeping up the aggression though. They're wanting to really push back Dark Matter, which is what they need to do here. The zap going down though, the Viper picking back up that power climb, and they have those missiles ready.
I am absolutely loving seeing what's come out on the side of Splatsville Idol Group this time. They have 21 clans. Drop that to 19 as the wiper goes down. But basically the entire game so far, they have had control of mid. And as 2 go down on the side of Dark Matter, Splatsville Idol Group has actually got them 3 down. It's just the VAC, and they are isolated on the left-hand side of the field here with 2 fighting them. They're able to get a really good stall and able to get a trade out of it. But in general, Splatsville Idol Group has really held mid this entire game so far.
And now we do see that splash on the bunker, and we do see the trying to push there. There comes that Tacticaler. And now this push really wants to start, but they're going 2 down here in Dark Matter, trying to push them back here. And we do see that try going up behind them. Try to give her picks that they can there. They do get 1, they do get a double. And they do pick up the clam just in time. And get the triple. And that's going to be really good for the Idol Group pushing in here with that super clam.
That was the epitome of the pincer there. We saw, I believe that's Maito K there on the Tri-Slosher, able to pinch through the cut, already down to 38 points as they jump the super clam in. Abyss scoring a couple more points. Pine playing super aggressive, able to get a pick on the wall. Reef Slider coming out again. This is domination in terms of the team who has already gone 2 down in the set. I'm loving what we're seeing out of Splatsville Idol Group here, Matt.
And I point out their aggression. There comes that Tetris coming in there. They do get that cancel though. And going in here, we just saw how aggressive they were, especially that Tri-Slosher. That was a really good triple on their side. And going in all the way pushing from 80 to 29 in the Dark Matter group, they really have to get some clams going here if they want to win this game, but it's looking really promising for the Idol group.
This is Dark Matter's first chance the entire game. The first time they've moved past mid. They're looking for a couple of picks, as I believe that's Drewski goes down on the bunker. That's not what you want to see with only a minute left in the match. It looks like Oko here is having to back up to mid, having lost their teammate, and they go down themselves. Has already gone back to control. All of mid is back to control for Splatsville Idol Group. They have a Kraken in their base, but I honestly don't think this Kraken's going to do much. They don't have someone with a power clan. They have the pity. They only get one follow from that, and two go down on the side of Splatsville Idol Group. We're going to need to see a lot more clams coming from Dark Matter.
Going in here, less than 30 seconds on the clock. They have that crab ready, but the Idol Group looking really strong here. We do see that try going down there. There goes that zap at the same time. And we do see the Idol Group trying to push up there. They do get the pick off the Wiper. In the last 10 seconds is Jet. They have a few clamps, but they need two more. They're the Kraken coming in here, trying to take control of their plat there. They're trying to rush in there. Getting the pick off of the zap's going to be huge there. But the jump coming in there for the overtime. And the basket is open for Dark Matter. But I don't know if they're going to have enough clams.
Oh, the vac user unfortunately goes down there. It's a Tetra versus Splash fight. I don't think they have another one, and the basket is going to close. What a fantastic game 3 coming out from between these two teams. You know, Matt, I absolutely love the shift in aggression we saw that entire set from Splatsville Idol Group. They were a little bit standing far back. We saw a couple of wiper trays and such in the first game. Second game, they really started to figure them out with the Tetras. And third game, we just saw a lot of dominance from that aggressive pincher comp. It wasn't just the triple we saw coming out from the Tri-Slosher. It was the coordination from that team to know when to bring the clams in, when to jump the ball, and when to score. And also, even on defense, we only saw them give up 2 power clams. 70 points is a really good score when you've already pushed to 20 yourselves. So excellent performance from both of these teams. I'm super excited to see what they do throughout the rest of today.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a couple more rounds there to decide who's going into that top bracket. And both of these teams really strong, and I feel like we might see both of them in top cut, but don't quote me on that.
I absolutely hope we do. So that concludes round 1. We still have 3 more rounds of our Swiss stage here. Please stay with us.